Peak Trailer Group's training video on confined space rescue.
Hello, my name is Rick Wesley, General Manager of Peak Trailer Group of Dallas, Texas. Permit-required confined spaces can be dangerous environments. In this video, we will focus on performing emergency rescue of entrants who has become silent in a tank trailer. We'll show the tools and the team members needed to conduct an effective emergency rescue. After understanding the people and the tools needed for the rescue, we'll conduct an actual drill simulating a rescue of one of our people from a tank trailer. Following the drill, we review frequently asked questions about permit-required confined spaces. Let's start by understanding what tools are required for the rescue.
Entrant tools: gas detector, confined space permit, two-way radio, bump cap, and fall protection harness. Attendant tools: cell phone, two-way radio, air horn, gas detector with hose and probe. Tanker cutting team tools: marking tape, hammer, welding leathers, face shield, plasma cutter, and ladder. Rescue team tools: rescue snare, rescue rope, fire blanket, entrant location cone, and 2 ladders. AED/CPR team tools: scissors to cut away clothing, razor to remove any body hair where AED pads will be applied, mouth-to-mouth one-way valve resuscitation mask used for rescue breaths, and an AED machine. The entrant. The entrant is the only person allowed inside the confined space. The entrant finds the tanker's problem and makes the repairs to the tanker, for example, repairing leaks. The attendant and supervisor. The attendant monitors the entrant to make sure that the entrant is safe. The attendant also monitors the atmosphere inside the tanker and frequently communicates with the entrant to make sure the entrant is okay. The attendant has the power to order the entrant out of the confined space at any time and can order a rescue of the entrant if required. The supervisor is responsible for reviewing all details concerning the planned confined space entry, including the confined space permit itself. After reviewing all the specifics of the upcoming confined space entry, the supervisor allows the entrant to enter the tanker by opening the permit and closes the permit following the entrant exiting the confined space. The supervisor can also be the attendant or the entrant if the supervisor has been properly trained on the specific job functions. The tanker cutting team. The cutting team's job is to cut a rescue hole into the side of the trailer. The hole is used to extract the entrant/victim from the tank. No one should ever attempt a rescue by entering the confined space. The team using a plasma cutting tool will first cut a small handhold, followed by cutting a hole large enough to extract the entrant/victim. The cutting team cuts the hole at least midway up the tanker to ensure that they do not burn the entrant/victim. The rescue team. The rescue team's job is to use the newly cut hole in the tanker to extract the entrant/victim. The rescue team lays the entrant/victim onto the ground so that the CPR/AED team can begin resuscitation and defibrillation on the entrant/victim if required. The CPR/AED team. The CPR/AED team's job is to use the AED machine and perform CPR on the entrant/victim if required.
Hey Dom, did you find the problem?
Yeah, I'm back here in the rear compartment. I found the leak back here.
Between the first or second rung?
Second.
10-4. Can you tell me what today is?
What was that? It's Thursday. I don't know what you asked, but I believe it's Thursday, what you're asking.
Yes, sir, that would be correct. Planning on watching any NFL this weekend?
No, sir. College ball for me.
Sounds pretty good. What are you planning on having for dinner tonight? Hello, Dom. Do you read me? Hello. Yes, I have a confined space entrant who is unresponsive. I need a rescue team out here immediately. I'm with Peak Trailer Group. Our address is 4132 Irving Boulevard. I have a guy that's out on the road right now ready to direct you in and bring you to where we are. Yes. Yes, sir. Help is on the way. Thank you. I'll stay on the line.
Pull red handle to open bag. Look at pictures on pad. Peel one pad off blue plastic. Apply pad to bare skin, exactly as shown in the picture. Press pad firmly. Peel other pad off blue plastic. Apply pad to bare skin, exactly as shown in the picture. Press pad firmly.
Hey, Kevin, can you come in here for a second? Yeah, boss. Hey, Kevin, come on in here. I got some questions I need to ask you. All right. Shut the door, please. Now, I got some tank questions I'm going to ask you, and I'll make it easy, and this is your copy to review at any given time for whenever we do confined space, when we go inside the tanks, okay? Okay. First is just a few frequently asked questions. What are the common hazards and the consequences of these hazards?
Running out of air or breathing contaminated air while working and being trapped inside the space, either of which could result in death.
Okay. Number 2, how does these hazards occur?
A space only has so much oxygen, and it can be reduced by normal breathing or can be used up rapidly with welding, or the space has chemical residue that poisons the workspace air. The spaces inside tanks are small, and baffles could cause someone to be trapped inside.
Good. Number 3, what are the signs and symptoms?
Slurred speech, verbal communication that does not make sense, or a lack of response.
Okay. Number 4, what does the rescue alarm sound like?
It's an air horn that would be commonly used on a boat. The person using the horn will make continuous blasts of the horn until the rescue team arrives.
Okay. How often does the entry permit need to be completed?
Anytime that a part of an employee's body enters into a tank.
All right, lastly, before human entry, how is the air quality testing performed inside the tank? Also known as tank sniffing.
A trained supervisor will use a portable gas detector and a sample line to test the inside of the tank to ensure that the tank's air atmosphere is safe to breathe. The supervisor will test different locations and heights inside the tank. Air quality testing should be done shortly before the entrant goes into the tank to work. Never perform the initial sniff test by having a person carry the monitor into the tank.
Good, thank you. Okay, Kevin, let's go to the second section of the entrant.
Okay.
What equipment is necessary for the entrant?
Air monitoring equipment, two-way radio, bump hat, eye protection, hearing protection, dust mask or respirator as needed.
Okay. Number 2, how does these hazards occur?
A space only has so much oxygen, and it can be reduced by normal breathing or can be used up rapidly with welding. The spaces inside tanks are small, and baffles could cause someone to be trapped inside.
All right. Number 3, how often do you need to speak to the attendant?
Every 2 or 3 minutes. Keep a 3-minute clock in your head.
All right. Number 4, what do I need to alert the attendant to?
Any kind of unusual condition, fire, acetylene, unexpected feelings, dizziness, nausea, unexpected odors like a chemical.
All right. Finally, what if I hear the rescue alarm horn and I am safe and no harm?
Immediately communicate with your attendant on the radio and then evacuate the tank. Don't hesitate. Evacuation is the priority.
All right, very good. All right, that's a good job, Kevin. Let's go to the third section, which is the attendant section.
Okay.
Question 1, when can we begin to work?
Once the entry supervisor has signed off on the entry permit.
Good. Question number 2. When can I leave the post?
Once the entrant is safely out of the space and the supervisor cancels the permit, you cannot leave for any reason while the entrant is in the space, unless you have been relieved by the entry supervisor.
Okay. Next question. How often do you need to speak to the entrant?
Every 2 or 3 minutes, keep a 3-minute clock in your head. Keep track of his location within the tank.
All right. Question number 4. What do I need to monitor to ensure that the entrant can stay in the space?
Gas detector, that the forced air blower is working, any outside emergency event, fires, tornadoes.
Okay. Question number 5. When do I call emergency services?
A hazardous condition is identified and the entrant does not respond, or communicates but refuses to exit the space.
Okay. What if an entrant is trapped, can communicate, and is not in immediate danger?
You would notify the entry supervisor immediately, and they will have another entrant provide assistance.
Okay. Question number 7. How do I contact emergency services?
There are 2 responsibilities. First, blow the air horn with continuous blasts until the rescue team arrives. Second, once they begin rescue work, call 911 and stay on the phone until first responders arrive.
Okay. Final question. When do I enter the space?
Never.
Very good. Okay, Kevin, we got the final section, which is the entry supervisor.
Okay.
Question number 1. Who is ultimately responsible for the life of the entrant?
You.
Okay. Question number 2. How do I make sure rescue services are ready?
Identify rescue team members, notify them of the location and expected length of the work. Emphasize that they need to be on site for the duration of the job and verify that their equipment is nearby and operational.
Okay, next question. What do I do after rescue services have been called?
Manage the situation, secure the area, support the rescue team in any way that is needed, take the lead when the first responders arrive, and notify the safety department.
Okay, question number 4. When do I enter the space?
Never.
Okay, final question. When do I terminate a permit?
When the work is complete. Entrant and attendant are both safely out of the confined space, and the rescue team members have been notified that the work is complete.
You did very good. Now this paperwork is for you to keep in your toolbox. Refresh yourself anytime you feel needed.
All right, I will.
Thank you.